Sunday, April 4. Covenant Basics. Genesis chapter 17 verse 2 reads, "And I will make my covenant between me and thee, and will multiply thee exceedingly." From the International Standard Bible Encyclopedia, Volume 1, page 790, we read, "The Hebrew word translated as covenant, appearing about 287 times in the Old Testament, is berith. It can also be translated as testament or last will. Its origin is unclear, but it has come to mean that which bound two parties together. It was used, however, for many different types of bond, both between man and between man and God. It has a common use where both parties were men, and a distinctively religious use where the covenant was between God and man. The religious use was really a metaphor based on the common use, but with a deeper connotation or meaning." End of quote. Like the marriage covenant, the biblical covenant defines both a relationship and an arrangement. As an arrangement, the biblical covenant contains these basic elements. 1. God affirmed the covenant promises with an oath, as we read in Galatians chapter 3 and verse 16. "Now to Abraham and his seed were the promises made. He does not say, and to seeds as of many, but as of one, and to your seed, who is Christ." And Hebrews chapter 6, verse 13, "For when God made a promise to Abraham, because he could swear by no one greater, he swore by himself." And verse 17, "Thus God, determining to show more abundantly to the heirs of promise the immutability of his counsel, confirmed it by an oath." And 2. The covenant obligation was obedience to God's will as expressed in the 10 Commandments, as we read in Deuteronomy 4:13. "So he declared to you his covenant, which he commanded you to perform, the 10 Commandments, and he wrote them on 2 tablets of stone." And 3. The means by which God's covenant obligation is ultimately fulfilled is through Christ and the plan of salvation, as we read in Isaiah 42:1, "Behold, my servant whom I uphold, my elect one in whom my soul delights. I have put my spirit upon him. He will bring forth justice to the Gentiles." And verse 6, "I, the Lord, have called you in righteousness, and will hold your hand. I will keep you and give you as a covenant to the people, as a light to the Gentiles." So, look at the 3 elements listed above: God's promises, our obedience, and the plan of salvation. How can you see those factors at work in your own walk with the Lord? Write down a paragraph describing how they are manifest in your life now. In the Old Testament, the sacrificial system of types instructed the people regarding the entire plan of salvation. Through its symbols, the patriarchs and Israel learned to exercise faith in the coming Redeemer. Through its rites, the penitent could find forgiveness for sin and release from guilt. The blessings of the covenant could thus be retained, and spiritual growth, restoring the image of God in the life, could thereby continue, even when humankind failed to uphold their end of the bargain. And so to finish today. Though there are covenants made between people, the main use of the word berith in the Hebrew Bible deals with the relationship between God and humanity. Considering who God is and who we are in comparison to him, what kind of relationship would such a covenant depict?